Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is a video I kind of wanted to go through all my decisions, and this is how I play golf. So this was the day after 2.5 inches of rain, before the lockdown, if you like, at the YMCA at the Pines. Looks like I'm playing from the green tees because it was just so wet. So a lot of my balls will be plug-in today, as to be expected after you get 2.5, nearly 3 inches of rain. So hole one, you have water left, water right at about 220. So all I've got here is a little pop 5 wood. Just trying to hit this about 200. I know it's going to stop pretty much where it lands. So about 200, 205. So I've got that line, commit, and maybe a little bit wet on the club face, and that's just sprayed a little bit right of my line, but I'm still in good shape. I remember this feeling like a little bit of a funky lie. Ball's below my feet, so I've already taken that into consideration. This ball is going to fade a little bit. I'm not going to try and fight against it, so I'm basically going to aim my club and my feet about 6 yards to the left of this pin. This is a green light, so I'm just going to put a good swing on it, pop it in the air, and like I said, the ball being below my feet, I actually was very confident on this one and just hit a great shot. Thing is, with the amount of rain we had here and this elevated green, pretty much landed it exactly in line with the flag, about 3 feet to the right of it, I think. Maybe a little long. Well, there you go. I can see there I'm preparing my pitch mark, and it's just skidded to the back there, but really happy with that. Left myself in a good spot. This is also important to remember. So when I'm scoping that approach shot, the numbers I'm looking for are to the pin and to the back. Okay, so I think I had somewhere in the region of 138 pin, 146 back. So the reason I hit a 9-iron in there is because I'm not hitting my 9-iron 150 yards. So I don't have to worry about going in those back bunkers. I can commit and put a decent swing on that 9-iron. And if I'm a little short putting back up the hill, that's fine. But that one I hit really well. And yeah, so those are things you need to know. You don't just need to know the number to the flag. But that birdie putt obviously just ran past just a little bit, but a good putt and safely in with a par. But those numbers are critical. Here I've gone with the driver, par 5. I think it's about 255, 260 to carry the bunker. But this one I'm going to start at the left corner of that bunker and just try and hit a little draw. I want to be down the left side. Like I said, it was very wet, but the driest part of this hole is along those trees on the left, and I just hit this great. Straight out the middle, nice draw, and right in my favorite spot. So here, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not going to be able to get there in 2. This is a 5 wood for position. I'm kind of going to aim at the water on this one. The water's on the left, and just hit a real nice smooth fade and just let it move back towards the middle of the fairway. And just put a really good confident swing on it. I think with as wet as it was, I probably couldn't even have reached I'd have had to have hit a huge hook for me to reach the water. So this one I'm super confident and hit a really good shot. One thing as well, which is really difficult in these conditions, is just kind of that thought of you have to nip the ball off the surface because it is so wet. Yeah, I think it's really difficult for people that have kind of steep angles of attack to play in these kind of conditions, because you're always feel like you're digging into the ground and hitting a lot of shots fat. So this is on some of my practice swings here. I'm just trying to get that sound of just bouncing it off the grass just a little bit, just have it skidding on through. So this one was about I think about 79, 78 yards if I remember rightly. So I've got my 56 SM7 wedge and was much better controlled swing there. I can't really remember where this ended up, but I think that looked like a good swing. I was happy with that. So yeah, on the green, a little short, but 8 foot for birdie. I'm going to take that every time. And again, on this hole, all I've done, think about it from the start. I've picked a club where, you know, I can take it over danger. Second shot, I've done the numbers where I can fully commit to a 5 wood and kind of know that I'm not going to put it in the water. And then really committed to sliding that sand wedge through. No wrist action. I'm not digging. I'm not searching. Just having confidence in the bounce on the club and executing a really good shot. So here I got 8 foot for birdie. This is one that I fully expect to make after the way I've played this hole. Confidence is up. Really happy with how I played the first 2 holes. And just snuck past the edge. But that happens. No problems. Easy tap in for par. And let's move on to the par 3. Okay, this one doesn't suit my eye at all. I'd say once every 5 rounds I'll actually hit the green. But yeah, this playing about 144 if I remember rightly. Bit of breeze, quite cold. So this is probably a 9 iron. And like I said, all the trouble is left. 2 massive bunkers. Sorry, a huge bunker and then a bunker at the back. So I want to be short right is always my miss on here. And that's exactly what I set myself up for. Didn't get through the ball. Wasn't a terrible swing. Distance was good. But now I've got about, as you can see, I try to capture it where I've got plenty of green to work with, but I'm coming up probably about a 5 foot incline. So this I've walked up, you'll see me here. This is what changes. So many times you see people just step up, chip, and then moan about the execution after. Here I'm reading this like a putt. I'm trying to figure out with the club I have in my hand, which I believe is my SM56, SM756 degree sand wedge. Look, I'm already coming up. I'm looking at where I want to land this, how it's going to run to the hole. I'm trying to get this to land on the green, scoot forward, no real check, and run like a putt. So you have to read these chips. If you're trying to make them, you have to read them. Here is, I know where my landing zone is, and I'm pretty sure that I land it absolutely perfect at where I was looking. And here we go. And the arm goes up, and that is a birdie. So yeah, chip in. And as you can see, like, you know, I haven't just walked up to it and hit it and hope for the best. Like, you're trying to execute the best shot you can in that moment. You're not going to have that shot again. In that moment in time, you're not going to have that shot again in this round. So really focus on every shot that you're trying to hit. Now I'm feeling good. Par 5. Tee it nice and high. Like I said, there's no real trouble on this. I can fly the bunkers, so if it goes a little right, I'm okay. And this, I'm pretty sure I hit reasonably well. Yeah, little right, but in great shape here. This will just be a 8 iron for position. Just try and hit it down there about 150, 155 yards. This one I like to try and use my left hand, so my gloved hand, and I'm thinking about having the brand, the circle where you might have like a ball marker on your glove, so the back of your hand basically. I don't know why I couldn't say that properly. Kind of moving away from me. So as it goes through, I'm trying to extend that as much as I can to stop from turning it left. And that's kind of how I play those punchy approaches, my layups. This is a really good attack wedge. Yeah, I was really happy with that. It was a bit blustery. And this is the hole, right? Where if you can be on the green, in 3, dry, as you can see here, 16-footer, little break from left to right. Pretty happy. This pin was cut on the kind of the left side here, so left is dead as it slopes away, and then you've got, you know, your short side. So yeah, I've just aimed at that back left bunker on that approach and just got the distance really well, and kind of nice and easy, at worst routine kind of par. So yeah, when I'm looking at putts like this, as soon as I pick my line, all I'm thinking about now is pace. I just want to see this die into the hole. I don't, once you get past the hole here, it runs away. So this is one I'm not really trying to run 2 feet past. This is just get to the hole and hopefully have them a tap in. So you can see there, it looked like it was probably going to stop about 6 inches short, and it just ran out a little bit, but not too shabby. We will take the par, as the graphic states, and we're still 1 under par. Okay, to the par 3. I can't really remember what I did here. I know this is probably an 8 iron, probably about 146. Sounded okay. It looks like I'm eyeing it up and down. A little short maybe, just over that front bunker. Yeah, okay, so chip in here. My second shot. I've already, on the par, not on the last hole, but the hole before the par 3, I've obviously chipped in for birdie. So here I'm doing the same routine. Where do I want to land it? How is it going to run out once it hits the green? This is one I'm trying to make. After what happened on the previous par 3, I'm definitely all about making this. And I guess I won't give a spoiler away here. So I know my landing zone, hit it perfect, and just didn't have enough gas. But again, really happy here. That's routine as it gets, and that is a par. So that's still 1 under after 5 holes. Okay, 6th hole here, par 4. Like I said, from the greens here, I'm always taking it on through this gap, pretty much in the center of the frame. The conventional route from the whites is to hit it pretty much where my knees are, up towards those bunkers, and then go over the water. But this, I'm just trying to tee it high, straight underneath it, solid swing. Actually clip a little branch on that tree on the right-hand side there, but didn't really affect the ball flight. When I get to the bridge and look, for some reason this morning, some of the flags had blown down. Like I said, there was a lot of rain. But I'd actually found the right side of the green, I guess you would call that, and had a 12-footer for eagle. So now I'm feeling really good, right? I've seen the shot that I'm trying to hit. I've executed it. Yeah, you know, I got a little bit lucky just catching a few little leaves on that tree, but this is what I was looking for. This is what I was hoping for when I started. So here, still fully go through the routine. This is one everyone would love to make. Eagle on a par 4. So I've got this about 2 balls outside the right, moving left. Felt like I had a good idea of the pace here. There is water straight in front of me, if that makes sense, so past the pin. So I felt like everything would run that way. So this is just pick a line and a little nudge down that line and let her go, and hit a really good putt here. Just didn't move enough in the early parts of the putt that I thought it would. So just burnt the right edge. Routine birdie, 2 under par. All right, seventh hole, got the driver out long enough to hit it past those 4 or 5 trees on the left and long enough to hit it over the bunkers on the right. A lot of the times I find myself in 4 fairway, right kind of where my knee is right now. But again, this is such a wide open hole. Tends to be, I would say, 7 out of 10 rounds, slightly downwind. So just tee it high, good solid swing. And I know I'm going to be around the 110 yard, 100 yard out kind of region after I hit this. Not very good at all. So if you actually went back and watched that, it bounced about 5 yards in front of me and left myself this 228 off a soggy wet lie. Here I'm just trying to advance it down there. If I get in the bunker, fine, but right now I'm thinking this is scramble for par. Awful swing, shot straight right. Did get long enough to almost be up with the bunker, so here I've set the camera down, back pin location, so I did miss it in the right spot. If I can find a positive from that shot, I've got plenty of green to work with. Like I said, this round so far I've chipped and putted really well, so I'm actually quietly confident here. So I've got to come over a bunker onto a down slope to a green that really does severely run away. If I land this too short, it will snag up and I'll leave myself in a downhill putt. But I've hit this pretty well. I was pretty happy as soon as I hit it. Line was pretty good. The fact that that ball is still in that frame, I'm pretty happy with. I've given myself an outside chance. So I haven't tried to get too cute and hit like a 60-degree flop shot. Take your medicine sometimes to keep sixes off the card. If you can keep doubles on par fours off your card, you're going to score so much better. And sometimes that means accepting the fact that you're probably going to make a bogey. Taking risks for shots that you might pull off 1 out of 10, 15 times just seems ridiculous to me. Especially for, mid to higher handicaps. So this, I've given myself a chance at a par, and that one just misses, just catches a little bit of it. But okay, so all I've done there is left myself a foot and a half for bogey, and I'll take my bogey. I'm back to 1 under. Happy with that. Didn't give all that hard work away on one hole. You just can't afford to do that. So hole 8, this one, when the pin's at the back, I like to hit a huge hook almost back down 7 fairway, because it takes all the trees out of trouble. If it's in the middle or the front, then you have to be on the right side of the fairway on this. And I can't actually remember what I did here. Looked like a good swing. And yeah, 82 yards. I left myself straight down the middle. 82 yards, probably wind into a little bit. You can see those puddles in the fairway. I mean, it was wet. So at this point, I'm still really happy with how I'm playing. So this is my 56 degree. It's going to be about 80% for me. Just trying to put a really good stroke on it. Maybe a little hold off. So I can just kind of nip it and not go digging on this. And if I remember rightly, I think I hit a real nice one. Yeah, good acceleration through. Finish with the hands nice and high. And really happy with that. So yeah, I think when I hit it, I was probably calling it to go in, but you can see this is actually the back of the green where I am. So I pitched it about 5 feet over, straight over the flagstick, and like I said, with it being that wet, all the greens out here at the Pines elevated. So, with the moisture on the ball, the moisture on the greens, trying to get that thing to zip back, pretty difficult. But hey, 22 foot for birdie. right up against the collar on this one, I remember, and as soon as I hit it, it just went straight left. So this, at that point then, I was worried, not really knowing how far that was going to go. But again, shake it off, you can't get it back. Pick your line on these ones. Hate to give 2 away in a row, and knock it straight in. So 1 under par, coming to number 9. All the water is on the right hand side here, so splitting 9 and 18. So what I tend to do here, I'm still happy to hit driver even though it brings water into play, but the bunker down the fairway on the left hand side is what I'm aiming for. I'm long enough to go straight over it, but that's what I'm aiming for, and I'm just gonna slightly open the face to hit a little cut, and if I don't quite get outside to in quick enough, then hopefully it will go straight at the right hand corner of that bunker, and just absolutely nails it. Just nailed that. Really good swing, nice and compact, didn't try to murder the golf ball. And this, I've left myself 79 yards as the graphic says. So all I'm thinking about here is hitting exactly the same shot as I did on number 8. That 56-degree wedge. Just check my lines, little hold off again, nice high hands, and loved this shot. Actually thought I might get a little bit of side spin and get it to move even closer to the hole, but as you can see, got 4 foot for birdie. So really happy with that. Just came off that little hill, as you can see, where I fixed that mark, and actually thought I might get it even a little bit closer, but I'm certainly not complaining. Little slider down the hill. Would have much preferred to have been 4 feet this side of the hole, but hey, you can't complain. 4 feet from the hole for birdie. Pick a line, head down, wait for the sound. And that was it. 2 under par. Managed my golf ball really, really well. Left myself with the right misses. Got lucky on number 3 with the chip in. But pretty much from the first hole to the last hole there, just left myself in great positions to be able to make par. The one hole I did bogey. I still, it was a terrible tee shot. Only went about 150 yards. Second shot was awful, but definitely missed it in the right area. And that's all you can do, is make sure that you're selecting areas of the golf course where misses are okay. From this video, you can see I didn't short side myself once, which is super important, to be able to get up and down and scramble those pars when needed. So overall, really happy with how I managed my golf ball today. And thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time.